Hey there, YouTube. Justin Johnston here, Tinker and Toil, and I just got a new toy, and this is intended to be able to test out all those motors I bought and working on fixing up. I didn't really have a boat. I bought my grandpa's boat, and I thought that would work when I was in Michigan, but it was a lot bigger boat than I thought it was, or a little bit bigger anyways. And the motor is mounted in a way that's not real easy because it's got power trim, so it makes it really hard to sort of take that motor on and off to be able to swap other motors. So instead, I have been searching marketplace, looking for deals on some old aluminum boat with a trailer. In Pennsylvania, it's really hard because of titling to be able to just go buy anyone. You see lots of deals, but almost every boat I see on marketplace that's affordable is also not titled. So you can't really, it makes it really difficult to buy it. So instead, we got this. Here it is, the new boat. I got it for $200 on marketplace, and then by the time I did tax, title, license, and registration, that was $302, so I'm $502 into it. But it's got a title for both the boat and the trailer. So as you can imagine, for 200 bucks, it's in rough shape. It's gonna take some work, you know, like you can look at this. We have lichens on the rope here. We've got, this rope needs to be changed bad. But the crank actually works fairly well. The rollers are all pretty well rotted, so I'm gonna try and maybe find some new rollers. It needs new tires. I did get it home safely, but if you look at these tires, you can see that's pretty well dry rotted. So these definitely need to be changed. But I'll take that, I'll get those tires changed. The lights work flawlessly. So this boat was upside down on the trailer. It sat for 10 years, and the gentleman who owned it had a stroke, has not been able to take it out. So finally they decided to sell, and I got in there in time. But he had just put these lights on it when he had his stroke, and so it sat there and needs some additional work. Boat is missing the wood to be able to put the motor on, so I'll have to replace the wood on the back. Obviously needs to be cleaned. Trailer needs to be sanded and wire brushed. So it needs a lot of work, but we're gonna get to it, and then we'll be able to test out our motors. All right, Finn and I are out here. He's trying to get the tripod set up. We are going to take the boat off the trailer, and we're going to take the tires off. I think we're going to take the tires off first, and then we're going to take those to a tire store to get the tires replaced. We're going to do all three of them so that we have nice fresh tires that aren't going to fall apart on us. We're going to start by using I have two of these small jacks, hydraulic jacks, and we're going to jack up the trailer just a little bit after we loosen the bolts, so we can take the wheels off. Okay, so Finn is going to go ahead. It's a 3/4 inch bolt, so we got it all set up here. Go ahead. A little tight.
Oh yeah. It just looked like it was going in farther. Like this?
You got to get it on there square and get it all the way in.
That's good. And now
You got to get it all the way in. There you go.
Jesus!
Go ahead and pull it. Hey, language. Okay, go ahead.
But it's too loud for me.
Oh, you can do it. Get it on nice and seated all the way. There you go.
If it's too loud for you, then you want me to?
You got it. Go ahead. There we go. All right, you got it off. right here. Well.
Oh, it is. That's a big bolt.
Yep.
Dad, can I take off the wheels?
All right, so while we're out, we're gonna pick up some new rope for this. I'm gonna get the nylon stuff, not the plastic. We need a new bumper thing. It looks like 3 inches. We'll try to find one of those. This is about, looks like 3/8 inch diameter rope. What else do we need? Need more of these rollers. They look like they are 5 inches, maybe 5 1/8. There's probably a little bit of a gap there. We could probably even get up to 5 1/4. How many of those do we have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need 5 of those rollers, though a couple of them look okay. 5 would be good, but we can get away with fewer because some of them are still in good shape, unlike this one that's roughly gonna fall off any second now. We could use some outdoor carpet. We could rewrap that, and some Walmanized 2x4. Let's see. These existing bunks are 6 feet. Putting the kids to work. They are going to clean the rust off of the rims.
Yeah, that's pretty hard for me. You want me to? No. You have to keep
We
it
got a
on.
brass wire brush is what we're using here. And the drill. I'm going to put the other pin to work with the other drill. We'll get these nice and de-rusted before we paint them. Child labor at its best.
What?
Child labor at its best.
I can't even hear you because the fans are mine.
Okay. Get it nice and clean.
Okay.
Oh, and if you haven't noticed, we have brand new tires. We just went and got 3 new tires. I think the damage was $133.01 for 3 brand new trailer tires. Probably should have painted these rims before getting the new tires, but we'll be okay. Then don't hit the rubber.
Okay.
And don't hit the stem. This is the stem. You gotta stay away from it.
Okay, I think I'm done. I think I did that one.
Okay. Well, I will hit it one more time. You want to get it down to bare metal so that we can clean it and get it nice and.
Whoa! It's just you scratching it. Oh wait.
Yeah. So if you're doing this at home, I suggest first clean the rims, then take the tires in to get changed. All right, go ahead.
So, right now I'm cleaning a wheel with poison. You do not want to touch it. You need gloves like this on. Because
Mineral spirits.
What?
The poison is mineral spirits.
Mineral spirits.
So we did our best to clean this with our wire brush, and now we're finishing it, but with wiping it down with mineral spirits to prep it before we paint it. This one we got all the way down to bare metal in some spots.
Yep. This is the metal. You see all of this golden? All
Silver
around?
color, yep.
Yeah. That is the metal. See?
So once we get it wiped down, we're gonna tape it up, the stems and
Dad, I need a little bit more.
We will paint it.
I'm showing you how you make it turn. So you soak it up into that way.
You want to use a series of small pieces of tape to go around the edges.
I usually do big pieces.
So you just kind of keep overlapping one after another so that we can have a nice, even, there you go, tuck it in there, perfect.
Dad, why are you not filming?
Go all the way around the tires.
Because I'm doing a bet.
This is what we're using to spray paint these. It was on sale at Home Depot. We were just between black, silver, or white. And since this was the kids' pick, this is what we went with. And that's what the rim is gonna roughly look like.
Dad?
Show you when it's on the trailer. All right, so I took the boat off the trailer and I want to be able to really clean up that axle and get it painted before I put it back on. So I'm going to take the wrench there and I'm going to pop the axle off. I think it'll be easier to work on off the trailer and I can get in those nooks and crannies in there and paint it, clean it and paint it appropriately. I'm also going to take this off, take these fenders off. Yeah, let's get to it. All right, we got 9/16, so hopefully I can get it on there. Thinking I won't be able to get it on there with the fenders on. I'm thinking maybe if I could get these fender things off, it'll be easier to reach and I can get this on those U-bolts. All right, since I can't quite reach the down there, those U-bolts, I'm going to take the fender off right here. It's a 9/16, but I needed to be able to get at it from both sides. So I have a wrench for this side. Hard to get on there. There we go. All right, see if we can get these off. Got all four of them off. So we I got the initial I'm going to be using wire brush. Trying to get in that channel. I'm switching to this. I don't know if it'll quite reach. We're gonna try our best. All right, well, that's as good as we can get it for that. Let me grab my hand brush for the rest, I guess. We're gonna use that to try and get in the bottom of the channel. All right, just like yesterday for the wheels, we're gonna be using some mineral spirits, wiping all this down. All right, so we already got it nice and clean now. I taped off these ends, so we can just go ahead and paint. All right, well, we are still prepping some of the other parts to the axle, the part to clamp it to the springs. We have all of these little straps that are holding wires on the inside of the tube, and I'm cutting those all off because we got to get the wires out of the way so that we can wire brush the inside of that channel. So we're gonna do that now. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have to, looks like they did thread some of that through here, so I'm going to have to unwire it in total. I was hoping I could just drape it down, but it appears that we're going to have to clip it all together and pull it through.
Like, I'm gonna spray on portraits. It's not a illegal art, Dad. It's just illegal. Dad, it's not illegal.
Okay.
It's only illegal if you're doing it on somebody else's property, like in the middle of, like on the side of a store. Is that true?
Have to clip it all the way off.
Okay.
Remember that this side over here has the...
I'm gonna go inside, okay?
All right.
I'm done for now.
You're done for now?
Yeah, I'm getting hot.
You're getting hot?
Yeah.
Did you get all those painted? Oh, good.
Yeah, I also got the other side. I just needed.
All right, looks like we are 10 millimeter on these. Looks like it's going to tighten. And of course, it's a little bit rusty on there, but there we go. Excellent. All right, I'm going to set these aside in one of our little trusty baggies so we don't lose it. All right. Oops. All right, I got the everything all painted up here, and we're going to try and reassemble. Okay, that should go like that. Okay. It's a little bit tricky with only one person, but I think I got it close here. There we go. we get kind of started, we'll be able to. All right, one thing I decided after I started putting these on, I don't think that since I don't have a good torque spec, I am going to use some of the blue Loctite on these nuts. I'm not going to use the red because I do want to be able to take this back off at some point potentially. And the other nice thing about the blue Loctite, it does help prevent corrosion on the nuts so they don't seize up. So it has two benefits from that perspective. All right. All right, reading online, most trailers do tighten these down to 30 to 40 foot-pounds. Let me get So I've got this set to 40 foot-pounds. I'm gonna go amongst them. I think 30 probably is good. Only we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and just lighten it. To 30. We'll see if that is where we are at. There we go. 30 foot-pounds. Feels good. There. Right there. Okay, 30 foot-pounds. I'm going with that. That's pretty tight. All right, we got new lug nuts at Advance Auto, $26 after tax. I thought this would look much better and be less greasy than the old ones. I'm gonna first get them started by hand, make sure they're on there. I'm not gonna really put much torque on them yet. I'm gonna get them started. All right, so wheels back on. We have, much better looking lug nuts now. Brand new tires. and our axle is cleaned up and repainted. So now we're gonna work on cleaning up the rest of this, all the rust off. I do have a new roller for that back. I have a roller for the front. We have new rope and clips. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to change this, but I did get a new hitch receiver, but this is welded on, not bolted. I don't know if that's really a problem. I can take that off. I can grind it or use my plasma and cut that off. But I don't know. I'm not sure if it's worth even pulling it off. This one does work, so I might leave it on and just paint it black. I think that's probably what I'll do. All right. I have to leave for work for a couple days, but I'll come back to it when I get back. So I did not film it, but I figured I'd explain it. I cut pressure treated 2x4s to 6 feet. Use a staple gun to staple carpet. I got this at Lowe's. In addition to the staples, I used this Gorilla Glue construction adhesive, aisle 2 at the Lowe's. That was like $8 for the glue. You get to buy the foot outdoor carpet in the back off one of the rolls, and it's like $8 per linear foot. I might have gotten away with only 1 foot, and then it would kind of just barely be enough to wrap around, but I ended up buying 2, so I have $16 in the carpet. Got a little extra over there that I can use to do those if I want. I haven't decided if I'm even putting those back on the trailer. I don't think it needs them. But now we got these nice bunks. So they're glued and stapled, so should be good to go. And I think our next step, I haven't decided if I'm just going to take it. So these are welded on. Here I have another roller, a new roller. I can just pop this out and put the new roller in, but it also came with a galvanized bracket, so I could also grind this off here and attach the bracket on in the same spot. I don't know what the best plan is. I'm probably just going to keep these tabs since they're already on there. I might just put the roller on right where that one is. We're going to take these off, the reflectors, so I can grind around it and paint all that. But I think that's what we're going to do right now. I'm just going to get back to using the grinder and cleaning up some metal.
It's not that strong.
Yeah.
Dad, why did you not warn me how strong it was?
I don't know. Keep working on it. So unfortunately, I was trying to take this bolt off, and it got stripped. It's completely round. So we're gonna take the grinder, cut it off. Trying to take this apart, and I was able to get that bolt off. This bolt right here is not coming. So we're gonna try some penetrating oil first. I'm not sure if the penetrating oil will work or not. I kind of think no. We're gonna let that sit for a minute, and then I'm also going to grab a blowtorch. We're gonna try heat too. All right, try this. All right, we're gonna give this another try here. So I've already stripped, you know, this. I tried to hold it with a wrench, and we stripped it already. So I'm trying to hold that nut. We'll see if that heat and penetrating oil did it for us. Nope, no go yet.
Should have not heated it up, Dad.
Oh, we needed to heat it up.
Why?
Because it wouldn't go anywhere.
Dad, it was on the whole time.
Well,
Let me do that. Dad.
you think you can get it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dad, you should let me do it. Okay? Dad, I'm saying let me do it.
Hey! It broke right off. We got it.
Yes! Now this is jammed. Dad, now this is jammed.
Now we just need to get a new bolt for that, and we'll be good.
I need a new
All right, we got that off.
No,
And
look.
what? Ooh,
I need
keep folding it. Keep working on it. I think you're still good for a little more. All right. Clink. It looks like I'm probably going to need a longer bolt for that, especially if I want a stainless one. Now that's off. All right, we can clean these up and get ready to paint those. So I'm just in the process of sanding everything here, wire brushing it, and looking at this tip here. This has got a bunch of weld around here, up here. It's kind of ugly weld. The chains are welded here. Looks like they attached this random piece of iron for like a handle to lift it up. And this is welded. I think the best course of action, since I just don't fully trust that this is gonna last, since it's already got like a bunch of patch welds, I'm gonna replace it. To get it off of here, I think, you know, I could use my plasma, but I don't really want to put a bunch of holes in this, and I think if I try to cut here, it will leave a hole. So instead, I'm gonna do the long route, which is to use my grinding wheel. So it might be still held right there. I don't know the best way. That one, well, Try to grind that off. Ah, there we go. So I flipped the trailer over now so that I can get the bottom. I'm going to start sanding. I've already painted most of the top. But this is just hard to clean. So I think I bought 4 cans of this. For some reason I feel like I've only used 3, but I can't find the 4th. Although I'm sure I had 4. If you have kids, you know what happened to that. But I got this just lying around, so it's still Rust-Oleum. This is high performance enamel. A little bit different, but should do just as well. Making sure I'm not going to hit the wires. Got a 3/8 inch diameter because I'm planning to use 3/8 inch holes. I first drilled some like small pilot holes. Might be just needs to be a little bit bigger, just slightly reamed out. All right. I got a 13/32 bit. This on. And get them started. Got lock nuts. This is 9/16 wrench to hold there, and we'll tighten it down. Tighten that one down a little more. All right, should be good now. Good and tight. And we have a new hitch. It's upside down because I have the trailer upside down, if you didn't notice. When I flip the trailer right side up, we should be good. I'm going to reconnect the electric, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and wire brush this. All right, we're going to try this little wire wheel. Should get up in here. I just want to be able to get good contact with the metal here. I want it to be in there tight. So, yeah, that's pretty tight. That'll be just right. So now I can cinch that down. And we should have a good ground with this. All these parts to put together. This is a 4-inch stainless and then 2 3-inch stainless bolts. The 2 3-inch will hold it onto the trailer, and the 4-inch holds this. All right, so I had to, in order to get this to work, I had to loosen this bolt, tighten this bolt, which spread the arms apart here. But I can't use just straight, rely on a lock nut to keep the threads on. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Loctite on these threads. Made a drip there. We're going to get all that Loctited up, I guess. Okay. All right, I'm gonna run that through. I'm gonna go ahead and put the washer, the lock washer on anyways, just as more of a spacer to avoid damage to the nut. And I'm going to tighten it just enough that it can still spin. All right, I got this at Harbor Freight. It's got the 600-pound safe working load. It was the heaviest rope they had. I probably didn't need it to be the heaviest, and it may have been a poor choice because I'm not sure if 3/8 inch is going to be too large diameter to get through the hole on our thing there. You can get it to work with a fresh frayed end. So maybe we puff it all out, because it seems like it's just not. All right, so I've loosened up some and I'm puffing it all out. Go. I think that's working. Now that we have that sort of T-shape holding it in place, we're going to try and wind this up. We want it so that the clicker can click, and we want to try and get it nice and aligned. All right. It's full. The reel is full. We have the 5/16, 3/4 inch, 280-pound working load limit. There we go. That's not going to go anywhere. That will definitely pull the boat up. So this is the new hardware I bought on Amazon to hold the new bunks. It'll mount to the trailer, and then this can actually swivel so that I can get the bunk on the right angle to fit the bottom of the boat. It also will slide up and down. This goes on the bracket on the boat, and this will go like this so that it can go to a different height. All right, now we're using the 10mm. And I don't want to like over tighten it, because this is just essentially being held by plastic. So, all right, now we're gonna do the electrical. So I cut this clean last time. I need to separate the two wires. So I'm just gonna take my knife. I'm gonna use a board just because it helps stabilize. And I want to run this right down the center just so that I can kind of get it started and then pull the two apart. Wire right there and right there. And then I'm gonna strip it a little bit. Right there. Right there. Take my heat shrink. And we're gonna use the green one first. Go from the other direction. You wanna get, if you have to twist it a little bit to get the wire, you want the sheath to go past the little red crimp on each side. All right, here's what you want it to look like. So you have the sheath of the wire past the red, and then you have the solder in the middle and the two exposed coppers overlapping. I'm gonna do the outside first, the little red. You'll see that the red starts to spread. You could do this with a blowtorch, but I don't recommend it, only because it's a little too hot and it's hard to get the heat even. So here's what those look like now. Nice and shrink wrapped, so that's not gonna go bad real quick. So place this cracked roller with this nice one. Yeah, I can't quite get my drill right there to be able to do a good start. So instead, all right, we're gonna go ahead, since I can't get a drill in here, we're gonna mark where this hole goes. Maybe slide it over. We're gonna mark right there and right there, so we have a second mark, and then we're gonna slide it off and drill both pilot holes. All right, now that I got those pre-drilled, we're gonna go ahead and put our bolts back in. Got lichens and mold. Okay, get it. Try to get the side of the boat. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Much better. Not perfect. There's still a few things that just wouldn't come off with the power washer, but it's an aluminum fishing boat, so I don't expect it to be perfect, but now it's worlds better. This is about like I'm used to. Nice and clean. All right, everyone, so here's the finished boat and trailer. I used the old chains, but you can see we got the stickers for the boat too. I put the Put the wood back on. I didn't show you that, but it's on. And we got the old Evinrude on here, the 9.5. So it's time to test it out. All in all, I think it's in pretty good shape. There are, got the motor in there. The strap there is for holding it on the trailer as we drive down the road. I did have to get a different bolt. I had to adjust this and broke the other bolt that I had put the Loctite on, and had to move it up a little bit, so I'm just using an old bolt for now. I'll put the new one on later. But much better. New rope, new hitch, new tires, new bunks, new bunk hardware. The lights are now with heat shrink wraps connecting. New roller there. So we're in good shape and we'll test it out. All right, we are going to test it, see if this runs.
But Dad.
Cecily, hang on.
Okay.
Minute, choke. It's got some power.
What about the whistle?
We don't need the whistle unless there's an emergency. All right, we are free. And we're gonna go ahead. It's idling great. We've got it warmed up. Finn, have a seat.
Dad.
What?
There's a cruise ship. Look over there. Dad, look that.
All right, we aren't stuck. I just have to start it again. I just wanted to get film of downtown Pittsburgh from the boat. All right, let's go back to the boat launch. Stop with the whistle, please. All right, let's do a quick cost breakdown. So that boat and trailer was not a bad deal. I bought it for $200. Tax title license was $302. All in, about $696 into the boat and trailer. The motor, I thought I got a great deal at $100. But by the time I went through and fixed everything and bought stuff that, even the consumables, you know, if I only ever fix one motor, I'm into it for a lot more than I'll sell that motor for. Assuming I can sell it, maybe right now, I think this motor in running condition will be about $400. I had to purchase a new Sierra fuel pump, so that was about 60 something. So it's actually about $60 worse than this. So I'm into it for about $550, and I'll probably only be able to sell it for about $400. So that's a bummer. Overall, I still learned a lot. It was fun. But yeah, I probably will have lost. I don't know. I'll test those other motors. Maybe I'll do better on those. I know I need a new seal kit for the 9.5 Evinrude. Hopefully that's all I need. And maybe the 6.5 or the 6 whatever horse that other one is, maybe that one doesn't need much. We'll find out in future videos, but so far I'm losing money, but maybe we'll make it back. If you don't include the small items, even with the 60 bucks, I might break even on the Evinrude. We'll see. Well, there you have it. The boat did ran pretty well, with the exception that I had to keep priming the bulb to really keep it running the whole time. So I think the fuel pump is not quite right. I used one of the cheap Amazon $15, $20 fuel pumps, and I don't think it works quite right. And I ordered a Sierra fuel pump. It's a much more reputable brand. People use Sierra for all of these old vintage replacements all the time. So I'm going to try that. I ordered it. It's about 60 bucks instead of 20 bucks, so about 3 times as much. Hopefully it fixes the problem. We'll find out when it gets here. But other than that, the boat ran. There were no leaks. It's a little bit rough on a Sunday afternoon in the summer out on the rivers. A lot of big boats, a lot of big waves. So it was a little bit rough. But it worked. So boat ran, motor runs, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.